All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. We are excited and delighted to be accepting members to Sarasun said his YouTube page. Already know that is dynamic, profound. You're rocking with the sage of the age, giving you access to be able to dig your hand down into the well of wisdom. You feel me? The treasure chest of wisdom to get all them gems and jewels up out of there. We got some nice perks for you. We got 4 membership packages for you. When you click the link, the join link, it'll give you access to a introduction video, give you the rundown on the memberships. Look them over, pick one if you like. If not, we still appreciate your presence over here. Sarah Soon said his YouTube page. Thank you for being here. Keep coming. That's right. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace. You already know what it is. The official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts and hoodies. And man, we got some powerful, powerful t-shirts on deck. You see, you got the classic and Jurassic DVD lecture. We got some powerful fabrics for you. You see, we got the powerful fabrics for you. Okay, and SETI wear for the summer. We got shirts for the kings and the queens. We got over 30, 40, matter of fact, we got over 50 new t-shirts, tank tops, on deck. And we want, when you get to kingseti.com, make sure you go to the top, click the new items tab, and boom, you're going to gain access to all the new t-shirts and tank tops for the summer 2023. You feel me? We also got African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessory for every room in the house. Get on over there, check us out, kingseti.com. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 1,000 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare, advanced African academics developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General Sarasun Seti website class is now in session, highlighting the Band Occult, New World Order, Illuminati video library, also the rise of the Neanderthals, creatures from the Caucasus video library and catalog, the Holy Black Mother of Civilization, and so many more. You already know. And so with 1,000, you cannot go wrong with 1,000 videos of General Sarasun Seti. That's impossible. That's just impossible. It cannot happen. So get on over there and check it out. Thank me later, because you're gonna say, damn, this DJ made my day. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to get on over there and check it out. General Seti popping on Patreon, BPC, making noise. We never come. Exclusive live streams, too hot to handle on YouTube or so exquisite. We keep it for our family. You're on Patreon. That's right. We got the Champellion, the false teachings of the Medunetta. We got, is there a secret chamber under the Sphinx that leads to an ancient library? Was there once giants living in ancient Egypt? Ancient records reveal shocking testimony 1 and 2, both on fire. So make sure you get on over there immediately. You understand? Immediately, and become a patron. And make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. You will be up out of there. Boo. All right. Let's get busy. Now, today we're going to be dealing with the etymology of Black divinity. The etymology of Black divinity. You see, because what's happening is, I went over this Sunday. You see, as I went over this Sunday, matter of fact, let me put that up there. The sacred black art of alchemy, the divinity of blackness codified in language. And so we're gonna get a quick, you understand what I'm saying, lesson in the etymology of black divinity, because there's many, many words, key words that a lot of our people don't understand the etymology of. Most words. You see? Most words. And then in being advanced, primordial. See, we don't even understand that one. Primordial. You see, being that we are you see the more, you see the primordial, but the more in there, you understand what I'm saying? But there's, within more, you see, there's 2 and 3 etymologies with even in that one word. You see what I'm saying? That need to be brought out so you can have a clear understanding of what they're trying to say, because they know what they're saying. See, they know you divine. They know you first and foremost. They know that. And it's codified in the language. But if you do not know the language, that's why most people, when they all out, all these groups, they speak in code. They speak in code. You see, and there's a reason why. And the reason why, they know you God. They know you God. That's what it boiled down to. Let's go off into some things. Let's go off into some things. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to take you somewhere, family. We're going to take you somewhere. Okay, here we go. Let's work out. Let's put some work in there. Yeah. So, now, because and I keep bringing this up because I have to. I have to bring this up. You know what I'm saying? That when they speak of return of the Christ, when they speak of return of the dragon, they speaking of the return of our African consciousness, our primordial African consciousness. You see what I'm saying? As a people, it's an age. Now you can have individuals come and spark, consciousness as an individual, and in affect many, many people. But see, when they talk about the rapture, you see, when they talk about the rapture, when they talk about the return of the phoenix, you see, that's another zoomorphic fable. You see, mythological fable, but yet prophecy, speaking to every 500 years, every 1,000 years, that the consciousness of our people would rise up out of the ashes. You see, where you didn't went as low as you could go. You didn't went as low as you can go. And up out of the ashes comes the new phoenix. You see, will come the new phoenix. And so even in the phoenix, you're speaking of the Christ, the return of Christ. The phoenix is Christ. See, these is words that you have no idea. It's not no Cro-Magnon Neanderthal on no damn wooden cross. See, that's what's been fooled. They done fooled you niggas. You see, they done fooled you. Now, the dragon, see, what we have to understand that we are the children of the sun. You see, in most etymology, that is the source of our energy, of our greatness, much of it, and the cosmic melanin too. And that's what you see in the more. See, a lot of people don't understand that. You see, Now, when I speak, I'm dealing with the fact that it means black. Okay, and ain't nothing wrong. We can, in certain terminologies, the more means black, but even inside of there, or, see, which is serpentine. You see, you'll find many times, words that are identifying the dragon, the serpent. You see, Ouroboros. You see, and constrictor. Like the boa constrictor. You see, the or in many gorgon. You see, and we'll get off into, the other prefix and suffix, on, which is symbolic of the sun. So when you see more, you see it's black, but then you see the or is also a definition, etymology unto itself. So when you got the black dragon. See, a lot of people don't understand that. In more. So it means more than just black. It means the black dragon. Now, when you get Moro, see, you break it down. Morocco. You see, you break Moro. And then you get Ouroboros. You see, which is the immortal serpent with his tail in his mouth, symbolizing eternity. In the first place that it was ever shown was in ancient Egypt. You see, it was shown in ancient Egypt. So in Moro, you get Oro or Moroboros. You see what I'm saying? And so in there, you see also the element of creation. The blackness is the element of creation. You see, and even in metamorphosis, because what we see that the dragon and even the phoenix could metamorphosize. So the naga, when you see some of it, or the mermaid that look like it's in between a metamorphosis, you see, it's in in between or in the process of metamorphosis, half serpent, half fish, you see, half human. So this is where you get the metamorphosis, Morpheus, you see. And we're going to get off into that. Morpheus in the Matrix, who was the god of dreams. You see, and a lot of people don't even understand when they look at the movie, they don't realize, that he got on the reptilian jacket. But see, people, I got to take you there. You see, I got to take you there. You see, and so when you start talking about, you see, his immortality. See, even in primordial. See, you got to see that the more is there. You see, when they say primordial, see, you're talking about the cosmic blackness, you see, of creation, when all things, came forth from the cosmic melanin. You see, that's what they're talking about when they say primordial. That means first. That means creation. You see, and so when they talk about who was primordial, you see, that we are the primordials. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You see, we ain't trying to make shit up. There's no goddamn doubt about it. And so when you see our people, this was something that they had identified with since the ancient times. It wasn't like our people just, we just made this shit up just the other day. Nah, when you go to Japan, you see the word that they use for a serpent is orochi, okay? And so you see there, even in Japan, you see the or and the o, and so you see many times that or in many other forms, oro, and then there's other forms of etymologies that speak to the serpent and that speak to the dragon that have been interwoven into language. You see, and many times it relates because what you have to understand is this. Many times you will have an anthropomorphic representation, meaning a human representation. Then you will have a cosmic representation of the same energy. You see, you will have You have a cosmic representation of the same energy. You see, you have a zoomorphic form of the same energy. You see, so what am I saying? So when you look at Aset, the Holy Mother, she's the anthropomorphic, she's the human form of the same goddess, mother, Holy Mother goddess, African Mother goddess of creation. You see? And then you got Nut. Now, Nut is the cosmic, a cosmological represent of the same energy. And in that instance, Horus, the child, becomes, or Horus, the son, the S-O-N, becomes Ra. You see? The S-U-N. You see? And so a lot of people don't even understand that they both, son, S-O-N and S-U-N, means the same thing. It's solar. Because On, like Heliopolis in the Bible, was called On. Okay? City of the sun. So when you spell S-O-N and S-U-N, one is just anthropomorphic, but it's still symbolic of the same solar energy. You see, that's why when the pharaohs was referred to as the Saras, sons of the sun. Now I'm just using that in, for those who need it. Son of the sun, son of Ra. You see, and matter of fact, they were, and that's why I say we're the physical manifestation of the sun in flesh. That's what we are. That's exactly what we are. We're the physical manifestation of the sun in the flesh. Sarah, son of the sun. You see? And daughters of the sun. Okay? And so I don't know how that got way down there. But there it is right there. Okay. Let me bring that back up here. So this, and so in primordial and immortal, you see, you get the blackness, the primordial blackness of creation, and you get the serpentine, you get the dragon, you get the serpent of creation, which you see right there in reference to Tut. You see right there, the Ouroboros, and right there, like I said, that's the first time it was ever shown. You see? Now, when you're dealing with Aton, you see, which is the sun, dragon. See, a lot of people, you got to break this shit down. If you don't do that, then you're not reading. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Because most people should have known by now, that the dragon was a zoomorphic form of African people. Period. You see, a lot of people, when they look at the Naga, they think that the Naga came from India. No, it did not. It was already ancient. The one, that is in a metamorphic state, half serpent, half, was already in Africa long before it was in India. Even the term Naga, you see what I'm saying, was in Africa long before it was in India. You understand? So, a lot of people came through the back door to come to the front door. You see what I'm saying? Instead of coming through the front door to get to the back door, they came. And that's okay, because sometimes that's the way it happens. You see? So when you say dragon, you see, and On, and matter of fact, let me show you. I don't know why I don't have this city, the map there. It should have been there. It should have been in there. But that's all right. Okay, that's all right. Now, so, that's so let's break down when we talk about codification. Now, when you go into the Bible, one of the phrases is, out of Egypt, I have called my son. You see? Now, that was in reference not only to Jacob, it was also in reference to Jesus. Out of Egypt, I have called my son. But see, wait a minute. I got to have that map. I got to have that map because it's going to bring full understanding. Okay. Had it on. Here it go right here. I need where it say, I need where it say on because that's going to bring proper understanding. That's going to bring proper understanding. So you see right there, Heliopolis. But in the Bible is referred to as on. So that's where you get it, you understand that it's symbolic of the sun. It means sun, S-U-N. Let me see. Okay, that's it right there, but I don't want to use that. Let me see if I could just put it in there. Okay, let me see. Next 2 seconds. It's crazy how I already got this stuff in so many other lectures. I just don't feel like cracking it open right now and trying to find it. It's okay. I ain't gonna look for it no more. Normally, if I don't find it in the, let me see, one last ditch, Heliopolis. Here you go. I got it. That last ditch effort, and I got it. There you go, right there. So you see here is it's called Heliopolis, but on this map is referred to as On. You see, that's the same city, Heliopolis and On. Okay, and so when you see, and it means the sun. It means you get Aton. Matter of fact, let me put Aton in there. See, you see right there, you see Akhenaten, you see Akhenaten, you see Aton, the sun. You see, so that's where you get. And so once you understand that On is the sun, and then you see there's really no difference. You see, so out of Egypt I have called my son. Now, in other verses, Egypt is referred to as what? The land of Ham, which means blackness. So when you see in one instance, you got an anthropomorphic understanding. Out of Egypt, I have called my son. But then once you understand that Ham is blackness, and you add it in there, you say out of Ham, out of blackness, I have called my son, and then you transform the son out of. You see that this is speaking to the primordial creation of the universe. Out of blackness, I have called my sun. I have called my son. You see, and so this is a metaphysical understanding. One is anthropomorphic. One is cosmological. You see, one is cosmological. The dragon is a zoo type of the sun. So even when you see the dragon, you see, even when you see the dragon, many times through the mysticism, they let you know what it is. You see, Do you see right there? You see the dragon right there. You see the orb. See, they shrink it a lot of times. Because that's what they do in the metaphysical understanding. You see, they shrink it, but that's the sun. The fire that the dragon is emitting is solar fire. So the dragon and the phoenix is the same thing. You see? And even when you talk about orb, and you see him right there. You see this Cro-Magnon. He don't have no power. You understand what he trying to portray? Because he know the orb is solar. He don't have no power. He perpetrating the fraud. You see, the sorcerer is the African. You understand what I'm saying? The orb is solar. You see, ain't got nothing to do with no Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. He ain't wielding no power. When you look in the eye in the orb. So orb itself, in dealing with magic, you know what I'm saying? It's solar. Okay? It's solar energy. So when you the story lets you know that though. When you go into Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Fiends, you see, and you go and you start dealing with the orb, and you see when they tried to really tap into, they knew they couldn't, they didn't have no connection to the cosmos. It's toxic. You see, so when you understand that it's the dragon, so anything when you understand that anything that is good for us is bad for them. Anything good for them is bad for us. You see, and so that's just how it works. So you got the black dragon, the African dragon, whose power source is the sun. Now the white dragon, his power source is what? Blood. You see, two different, and so when they know we all powerful. Now, don't get it twisted. Even the ring, see the lust for power. The lust for power. See, that's the Greeks and the Romans when they came into Egypt. That's that ring. They thought they had something. They say, "Oh, we got it, we got it." But what they didn't realize, and the ancestors told them. You see, they told them like, your time gonna be up real soon. Your time gonna be up real soon. You don't have no connection. So this is gonna be your demise. You thinking you coming in, and when they realize that much of what our ancestors had wrote on them scrolls was solar prophecy, and they burnt the scrolls. They didn't have no use. If they had use for them, do you think they would have burnt them? You see, you think they would have did that? Do you think they would have been far more careful than allow all that knowledge to burn up like that? That was intentional. To see, but when they try to tap into that power, see, that solar religion, that solar culture is toxic to ice people. You see, and so even though he put it on and is wielding, it's sucking the life out of his ass. You got to realize that. You see, it transformed him into what you know of as the golem. Now, if people don't know what golem is, you see, and you can go on Patreon and get that one right there. That's fire. The golem is a soulless creature. He ain't got no soul. They use magic to bring his ass to life, but he don't have a soul. You see, go look it up. Go look up Golem. Even in that, you know what I'm saying? They put the, and they use the Kabbalah and shit to bring him to life. They got spells in which they bring him to life. You see, and so he don't got no sense. So they cannot use, the energy of African people. That's why they do everything that they can to deter you from connecting to the cosmos, getting a proper understanding. Because they know once you do that, it's a wrap on all that religion and all that shit. That shit over with. That ain't got, and a lot of the religion, don't get me wrong, speaks to your divinity. You see, if you know how to break it down through etymology, you see a lot of it already in there speaking to, to black divinity. Now, when you go into the Lord of the Rings, now one of the words where the so-called demons and shit was Mordor. You see Mordor. Now you see again, we dealing with the Ouroboros. You understand what I'm saying? You're dealing with the double dragon. You got Or in there twice. That's the double dragon, the two-headed dragon. You can see even up in there, they say the plateau of Gorgoroth. You see what I'm saying? You see that double Or in there. Again, you're dealing with the double dragon. And so when you go up there and I believe, I don't know what, particular with Netherlands or whatever, you see the more right there, you see now when you deal with the fact that the dragon and the phoenix are metamorphoses, you see the double-headed eagle, that's the dragon. That's the phoenix, same energy, same energy, same power, just no different when you see the two dragons here, the yin and the yang. When you go to the crown of the Nubian kings, you see the double serpent there. You see representing the masculine and the feminine sides of the brain, and the masculine and feminine side of universal frequency. You see what I'm saying? And so, that's where, this is where you get the double dragon from. You see? And so they know exactly what time it is. They intertwine it into codification so that they know exactly what the fuck is going on. They're not confused about it. So again, if you don't know how to, break down the suffixes and the prefixes of Black divinity, you will be lost. You wouldn't even know. Now, as we use this, now check it out. Now, inside of there, they had what? They had that volcano. You see what I'm saying? They had that volcano in there. I don't know if I got it in this one. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's where they forged the damn ring at. You see? Now, look at now when you start to get the understanding and you understand the prefixes, the suffixes of the etymology of Black divinity, now when you look at forge, you see the OR in there, you see the dragon. Now, Hephaestus, Vulcan, you're dealing with volcanoes, you're dealing with mountains. You see, where does the dragon live? He lives in the mountain. If you watch the Hobbit, he was in the mountain. They are lovers of gold. They are lovers of treasure. You see? Now you see they are lovers of gold. They are lovers of treasure. Okay, you see right there. And so now, what's another word for treasure? What's another word? Fortune. See? Fortune. So in there, you find again the dragon, the etymology of the dragon in fortune. Okay? And it goes on and on and on. And so you think that I'm gonna show you another one. The worm. You see worm. You see the OR in there, serpentine. You see? And so many times, as you learn these and you keep going, and all you have to do is do the research. Everything might not fall in line, but many of them do. You see, many of the words do fall into line. It'll speak to the dragon. Now, I'm gonna go out with this just to show you that motherfucker think that it's a game, that is the dragon, like one of the most highly venerated of all zoo types. When you go off in Egypt, it ain't nothing but zoo type. The dragon ain't nothing but the winged serpent. That's what it is. Okay, so now as we go into now this is Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 22 states the following. This is what it states. Now, if you go to 22, it says, "For fire is not." Look, I got this. I studied this. Now, I didn't just, I had to study, some research that I was doing. And they said that Yahweh was depicted as a dragon. But some of the words were taken out of the King James, and you would have to get the you would have to get the Hebrew version of it to get the proper interpretation. And I couldn't find it for a long time. I say, these motherfuckers is lying. I thought I had, because I was studying the dragon. I said, you know what? They lying. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it is. And then I end up one day, I ran into the Hebrew, the text that I needed. And when I went and I looked, I said, let me look. It was there. I said, okay, it is there. Because that's the one they told me that I would have to look for. And it says 22, for a fire is kindled. Now, this is Yahweh. This is God. Okay, for a fire is kindled in my nostril and burneth unto the depths of the netherworld, and devoureth the earth with her produce, and setteth ablaze the foundations of mountains. Just talked about that. You see, and set ablaze the foundations of mountains. That's a goddamn volcano. You understand? When you're talking about fire that's kindled in my nostril, that's what it looked like. You see a fire kindled in my nostrils. So they depicted Yahweh as a dragon. You see? And so you come down now, Psalms, this is matter of fact, let me get that out of there. How y'all gonna see that if that shit all in there? Let me take that out of there. And I might have to go back so y'all can see it. Okay, let me see. Did y'all even see it? Yeah, y'all probably saw it. It wasn't down that far. It wasn't down that far. Okay. Psalms chapter 18, and it speaks right there down at 9. And you see the Hebrew on the other side. Smoke arose up in his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth did devour. Coals flamed forth from him. You see the H capital? That's God. Okay? So God, even in the Bible, was depicted as the dragon. So you got to understand, and it's one of the most iconic of the zoo types. Now, as I leave here, and we understand, now when you talk about the phoenix, now I'm going to leave y'all with this one. Now, when you go to the phoenix, now if you go to Harry Potter and you watch that one they call the Order of the Phoenix. Now, in that movie, the phoenix name was Fox. That's his name. Let me see if I got it in here. I believe I do. It's probably down here. If not, I don't know why I wouldn't. I got to do some work on it. I need to get all my stuff in one damn place, man. Straight up. Once I start doing that, man, it's just going to be so brutal. It's in here. It's going to come to me. There it is right there. I don't know why. You see? So let me get it back in there. So you see right there in the Fox. Now, if you look in there, it says the surname was derived from the Norman French personal name Falco, meaning falcon. You see? And so that blacks up when we speak about on. You see, when it speaks about the falcon is also symbolic of the phoenix. You see, and the on falcon is etymology of the sun. Now I had that in there. I don't know why I ain't got that. You see, I had it written in there. I just saw it too. There you go. See? So the falcon is also the phoenix. And the on the end of falcon, just like the on the end of speak to solar divinity. They are only zoo types. The falcon is the phoenix, symbolic of the sun. You see? And so I just black that up so you understand. See, but if you don't go through and see, and you see the Gorgon, Medusa, but see, those are the Titans. Those are the Atlanteans. And we ain't talking about no mysterious. Atlantean mean giants. And there are giants in Africa, you see? And so you see the dragon and the solar. You see what I'm saying? And the solar. You see, and then she say anything she look at, she turn the goddamn stone. That's them goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthals. That's that solar energy and turn their ass into stone. You understand what I'm saying? When they ass up under that damn dirt. You see what I'm saying? So these is all mythology. So, but in that etymology right there, you got the sun, you got the dragon, you got solar energy. And so anything, and lastly, to show you this, to prove it to you so you have an understanding. You can't even, now look at this. You see this? What's that? Krypton. You see it? You see, and you see Superman, they got him depicted, and the S supposed to be for the sun. A lot of people don't know that. You see? Krypton. Knowing damn well he ain't got that, just like Jesus with the halo. Knowing goddamn well he ain't got nothing to do with that. You see? And so again, now this is just part one. I'm gonna come black. You know what I'm saying? And I must spread, and so because what happens, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Once I get in it and we teach it and we continue to teach it, what happens is every time you read, you see, once I get to the top, just say 15 etymologies of codification of black divinity in your head that relate. Anytime you see them suffixes, you're gonna say, wait, let me look into that. And you're gonna look at the characteristics of the dragon or particular, and you're gonna see it's gonna come into alignment. That's just like when I was looking at worm the other day. And I got so many words that I didn't even realize that was one of them. So you see the OR speak to serpentine, and the dragon, you understand, and the worm is serpentine. That's what it is. And when I realized that, I say, damn. So it'll have you looking, and you're not just going, you're going to read, you're going to look it up. You're going to identify. You see what I'm saying? To make sure it's true. I ain't asking you to just believe me. I'm telling you, when you see it, look it up, break it down, and I guarantee you that a majority of them are going to relate back. Because I went to looking at so many words, and I say, well, damn. It's like so many of them got that, those suffixes, so many words, like words that you wouldn't even think related to one another, on, or, more. I say, damn, and you looking and you say, and when you think about they creating, they're just like El. Now, when you think about El in the Hebrew world, and the El is in almost everything. You see what I'm saying? Michael, Gabriel, Uriel. You see what I'm saying? Bethel. Damn. So that's what I mean by how you had to look. And that's how them, they add those words into damn near everything that, means something to them. And so many times you're going to see your divinity is there, even if they negative about it. Like the Gorgon, they're going to make it negative because they're just letting you know that they don't have, they don't have no source energy there. It's toxic to them. So, you know what I'm saying? They'll use the term and they'll make it to let you know that it's toxic to them. You see, Krypton, kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the hidden meaning even in that. That as soon as you put that kryptonite on his ass, but they try to show it green or whatever. But you put that kryptonite on his ass, he fall down. He ain't got no power. You see? And so, family, we're going to continue to do this. We just getting started. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to clean it up. And as we move forward, this is just part one, and I'm going to put part one in there. And we just going to have classes on this, and I'm going to break this shit down. I guarantee you're going to have the God vision. The God vision. To wherever, when you look at words, you're going to get to breaking it down, and you're going to get to seeing your history. You're going to get to seeing your divinity in everything. That's right. That's right. All right, family. Black power.